Did Canon make a tactical mistake by not setting production high enough for the EOS R8? Or is the camera such a resounding success with more pre-sales than the Canon EOS R6, a camera announced back in early November, or even more pre-sales than the Canon EOS R5? But most importantly, you're obviously asking the very simple question, where's my Canon camera and when can I expect to get it? Details coming up, but first, please do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to this channel, choose all notifications, like, comment, and all that good stuff, as it really helps this channel grow. Just last week, Canon updated their apology for not having enough Canon EOS R8 cameras available for pre-orders, a camera that's expected to start shipping in late April. We apologize again for making our customers wait so long. We will continue to take measures for stable product supply so we can deliver products as soon as possible. Thank you kindly for your understanding. I don't know what measures Canon's planning on taking, but if you take a look at this list in their apology of cameras and lenses that, well, are keeping customers wait, there's a lot of cameras and lenses here. The Canon EOS R8, joined by the recently announced Canon EOS R6 Mark II, along with the R7 and several RF lenses, including the 135mm, the 400mm f2.8, and the very expensive but very detailed and sharp 800mm f5.6. So why aren't there enough Canon EOS R8 cameras? Why is it likely that you are going to have to wait most likely several months before you can take possession of your Canon EOS R8? Is there a chance that Canon properly or didn't properly set aside production in terms of production units for the Canon EOS R8? Or based on reviews, based on the, well, anticipation of customers for a replacement for so many years since 2018 for a replacement of the Canon EOS R, that demand has been a resounding success, greatly outstripping supply? Or is it a combination of these different factors? When I covered this story a couple of weeks ago, we didn't have any data. But today, thanks to NewsSwitch, initial production run for the Canon EOS R8, are you ready for this? It's 11,000 units per month. So if we started producing units sometime in February, that would give Canon about 3 to 4 months of supply, or 33 to 44,000 units. And that sounds like quite a lot, doesn't it? Well, apparently it wasn't. Canon clearly made a mistake by not forecasting enough demand for the Canon EOS R8. But Canon also made a mistake by not learning from the past. 11,000 units isn't a lot of units for a camera that checks all the boxes. I know this sounds a little bit harsh, but let's go back to early November, November the 1st, November the 2nd, when Canon announced the EOS R6 Mark II. The initial production run monthly for that camera, 23,000 units a month. Twice that of what we're seeing for the Canon EOS R8. Twice the number of units. I don't get it. I don't understand this. You can tell by the specifications, there's no surprise, and based on all the coverage that I did talking about the R8 ahead of time, it was easy for Canon to put up trial balloons to determine the demand of this camera, and 11,000 units has never been enough for a Canon camera. Take a look at Canon. They have almost 50% market share. For a company that's leading in terms of market share for cameras sold, both mirrorless and DSLR, 11,000 units just doesn't do it anymore. They need to produce a whole lot more. We can see this from the Canon EOS R5 going back to 2020. That camera was sold out for many, many months. And yes, I know we had different variables at play there. And we gave Canon some time. We had problems with the R6. We also had problems with the Canon EOS R7 and the R10. Then, of course, we had problems with the Canon EOS R6 Mark II. And now we're having problems with the Canon EOS R8. Canon clearly hasn't learned their lesson. And the Canon EOS R5, when it came out, it also had an initial production run of around 11,000 units, 12,000 units a month. 12,000 units a month for a camera. They know their 5 series. The 5 series is their bread and butter. It always sells well. So why only setting aside 11,000 units? What is Canon doing wrong here? To me, this is a very big tactical mistake on their part. If this was just one camera, I got it. Apology accepted. But it seems to be every single camera they've put out since 2020, and a half dozen, well, lenses as well. And yes, there are only 3 lenses here, but the number of times where I've heard people say, I can't get this lens, or I can't get that lens, or the EL5 speedlight. It is a tactical error here. It is a mistake on Canon's part. Once, yes. Okay, twice, maybe. And yes, we had a tough 3 years. But here we are in 2023, or even going back to late 2022. There just isn't any excuse anymore. You have 3 years to change your supply chain, to change your logistics, to properly realize, okay, 11,000 units isn't going to be enough. Maybe I should at least start at a floor at 20,000 units. And maybe for the R3 and the R1 it's a little bit different because these are more expensive cameras. And the more expensive cameras aren't the ones that bring home all the bacon, the ones that sell, the ones that produce all the revenue that Canon needs. The R8, the R6, the R7, the R10, these are what bring home the earnings reports, that bring home very happy earnings per shares that makes, well, people on Bay Street and Wall Street very happy. This is a tactical mistake, and I really do hope Canon does take actual measures this time to, well, fix this. So when we get the Canon EOS R1 or the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, we won't have to wait months or nay years to be able to purchase the camera. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors, go ahead and click subscribe and choose all notifications. By choosing all notifications, as soon as I publish a new video like this one here, you'll get notified by YouTube, so that way you can stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors. And for those of you that have selected all notifications but aren't getting notifications, well, check your email and make sure that it's not going to the spam folder. You'll also see it up in YouTube at the top of the alert. You also get notification there as well. And if you want to help support this channel, please use my affiliate links down below for purchasing cameras at Amazon.com or B&H. But that's it for now. Have yourself a great week, and we'll see you again soon.